Hello everyone, welcome to the second lecture of cloud computing series, and in this lecture we are going to particularly see what is cloud computing. So moving on to the next slide, let us see what is cloud computing. So let me read out this slide and then we will see. So it is true, 95% of people have used the cloud and just do not know it. That is because it is not well understood. Cloud computing is the world of files, applications, and computing resources offered to users via the internet. Basically, any type of web service or app that is accessed online is in the cloud. So, we have claimed a very big thing that 95% of the people do not know what is cloud. Okay, but they are just using it. So, being an engineer, being specifically a computer science engineer, we might have the knowledge of what is cloud, most probably, but there are many people who are using a simple Twitter handle. They are using a YouTube website or YouTube app. They are using Big Basket app. They are using uh, uh, anything they are using on the internet, basically any app, any storing service like provided by Gmail. Gmail provides 15 GB of data you can store on the internet. Okay, any software and any application, any web service, anything you access on over the internet is on cloud. Okay, so anything and everything is on cloud computing. So the general people do not know it. So cloud computing is the world of files, applications, and computing resources. So just imagine you have a laptop or a desktop. So a basic laptop, if I take an example, basically consists of a hard disk drive, a processing unit, and a server part, which the client is our laptop and the server is the server part through which we connect with our websites. Also, the laptop consists of various operating systems, various softwares, various applications. So if I take my laptop, whatever I have mentioned just now, and put all these things on the internet to access it over the internet. If I want to access Gmail, I have put it on the internet. If I want to use a storage service, I want to store my large amount of data, I have put a specific part over the internet where I can use the storage services there. Okay, and if I want to access a application, I have put it over the internet. If I want to do my coding, I will do it over the internet. So anything we are doing on the internet is set to be on cloud because we are able to access all these things through our mobile phone, through our laptops, through our desktops, through our smart watches, on using the internet only anywhere in any part of the world. Okay, so this is basically cloud computing, and this is the power of cloud computing also. So how this cloud computing came into existence, what was the reason behind this? So let us see what is the reason behind it. This is the cloud computing vision. Now there are two types of people here. There are one type is on the left side. There are four people on the left side and four people on the right side. So there are these four people represent two kinds of people. So on the left, the first person is saying, I need to grow my infrastructure, but I do not know for how long. The second person on the left is saying, I cannot invest in infrastructure. I just started my business. So let us see what the person on the right hand side, the first person on the right hand side is saying. I have a lot of infrastructure that I want to rent. Second person on the right hand side is saying, I have a surplus of infrastructure that I want to make use of. So just imagine on the left hand side, there is a person who has just started a company. Now he do not want to invest much on the server. He do not want to invest much on the infrastructure part. He just want to lend 10 computers and just want to start his work. And on the right side, there are big companies like Amazon, Google, IBM, who have a surplus amount of infrastructure, who have a surplus amount of servers, who have a surplus amount of data centers, basically, where all the servers and all the storage devices are there. So on the right hand side, Amazon and Google want to uh, give all these devices as a rent to people who wants to use them. And on the left side, the hand side, those are the people who have just started their business or who do not want to pay for such a big amount. So for example, uh, if 1 CR is needed to establish a company, if they just rent all the servers, the renting part will go down to only 2 to 3 lakhs of rupees. So both parties are getting satisfied in this deal. So this is how the cloud computing came into picture. Amazon, Google, and IBM decided that okay, we have a surplus amount of facilities, so we will just give it on rent to people who wants to use it to which to whatever amount they want to use till whatever time they want to use it. So that is how the cloud computing came into picture. Moving on. So again, let us move to a more basic, more formal definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. You have to pay of, only for the services you are using. For example, if you are using 10 TB of storage, so and that service is, let us say, 2 rupees per minute. So you will pay 10 TB of storage for 2 rupees per minute only. I'm just uh, giving you an example. It might be much lower than 2 rupees. Okay. So instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on an as needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Service. So you can use the computing power, storage, and databases on demand basis. What is an informal definition? I do not care where my servers are, who manages them, where my documents are stored, or where my applications are hosted. I just want them always available and access them from any device connected through internet. And I'm willing to pay for this service for as long as I need it. Okay. So the informal definition is a more understandable definition, I guess. Like, I do not care where I am physically. If I have a laptop or a desktop or a mobile, I can access all my documents. I can access my company documents, my company servers, everything I can access. So this is the power of cloud. So who is using cloud computing? See, every organization is using cloud computing. Now the healthcare companies are also coming into picture, financial services, video game makers. So video game is the recent trend we are seeing in cloud. So many of the games you can play online, but a very high streaming game you cannot play online. So that is the ongoing research part of cloud, how to make a very heavy game available online to users. Okay, then what are the things to keep in mind while using cloud computing? The service is accessible via a web browser. So you need to have a good internet and a good web browser. Zero capital expenditure is necessary to get started. You can start from zero. You do not have to pay anything. If you want to get a look and feel of cloud, you can just log in into Amazon using your credit card or your debit card, and you can have a look and feel of the things, and you do not have to pay anything. You pay only for what you use as you use it. Okay. So if you are not using it, you will not be charged. If you use it, then only you will charge. You will get charged. So in the lower part of this slide, we have cloud economics. There are two graphs in this slide. On the left hand side, you can see the capacity. The red line of capacity is very high. Okay, so you can see the graph as the demand is increasing. The capacity is not moving with the demand. But on the right hand side, we have a graph where capacity is also moving with the demand. So as the demand is rising, the capacity of the servers and the data center is rising, and as the demand is falling, the capacity is also falling with that. So this is a very this is the most advantageous part of cloud. What is the advantage? See, as the demand is increasing, cloud is automatically increasing its resources. So you have to pay higher as the demand increases, and as the demand decreases, you have to pay lower also. So it is a automatic dynamic allocation of resources in cloud. But on the left graph, you have to pay a constant amount. So uh, it does not matter if the demand increases or decreases. So you have to pay more if you do not use cloud computing. So the unused resources remains very high if we do not use cloud computing. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and this is basically the introduction to what is cloud computing. Thank you.